I'm Global News reporter Sean O'Shea at Pearson Airport on board the Boeing 787 Dreamliner. This is the brand new Boeing jet that Air Canada is buying a number of. They'll get their first delivery in a couple of years. Now we're getting the first tour in Canada of the new Boeing plane. Among some of the features, well, this aircraft is much lighter than a comparable aircraft. It is much more fuel efficient, 20% more fuel efficient than the Boeing 767. It's also a more interesting aircraft, more environmentally friendly, larger washrooms, that sort of thing. And we want to give you some of the highlights of the airplane right now.
One of the things we did early in the development process was go back and look at every accident that had occurred over decades and ask ourselves, is there anything we can incorporate that might have reduced the probability of that happening again? So we tried to incorporate various features into all aspects of the flight controls, the systems on board the airplane, the structure.
There's a lot of innovations to be excited about on board. The first part is that there will be a much lower cabin pressurization on board that's going to increase passenger comfort. And as well, there's a higher level of humidity. Those things are driven by the composite nature of the hull of the aircraft, and it allows for a much more comfortable journey for customers on board.
This is the 787's Gen X engine, 70,000 pounds of thrust, and it's an engine that is supposed to be far more fuel efficient than previous ones.
From an economic point of view, this airplane will replace a 767. It weighs about 24 tons less than a comparable size jet, 767, more fuel efficient, and it's the right gauge. It has long range, so you can use it on those long, thin routes where a 777 may be a little bit too much.
On this airplane, we really want people to enjoy the experience of flying again. For a lot of people, they pick a window seat, but then they have to choose between letting the light in or seeing out. Because of the mechanical shape, you can only choose one or the other. On this airplane, we actually want people to have the control of their environment. They can control both whether the light comes in, how much it comes in, and then they can still see out. They can still feel connected with the outside world.
So nobody's going to be too upset about having to spend a few hours on a flight like this?
I don't think so. What do you think?
Seems pretty comfortable. We're not going anywhere.
I know, but I could rest here very comfortably for a couple of hours.
Business class is one thing, but this is where the captain or the first officer can sack out. It's the sleeping quarters just behind the flight deck. Okay, let's take a look at the bathroom.
And the door is also opened more intuitively compared to a bifold door.
That's what I need.
We noticed that for a lot of the passengers, when they first come on board an airplane, the very first thing that they touch is actually the latches of the bed. The way that we do it is that we wanted to, so that no matter how you want to open it, it can always be open. You can either pull on the top, you can pull on the bottom, or you can press on the top, or you can press on the bottom. And then once you open it, you will find that the space in there is much larger than any other bin that you have on the airplane right now. This bin can sit 4 IATA 22-inch bag, which is the biggest that any airline will allow you to bring on board. And so with this size of a bin, even if you are the last person that comes onto the airplane, there will still be room for your bags.
Air Canada will get the first 7 of these aircraft in 2014, another 30 between 2015 and 2019. Again, this aircraft to replace the Boeing 767. I'm Sean O'Shea at Pearson Airport for Global News.